Come along, children. Now we're going to have a little music.
Yo, what is good, guys? Welcome back to First Cut Live. We are here back on another Tuesday night to break down all the movie news and goodies coming out this week and weekend. I am here with the full crew. RB3 and Sabrina are in the house. How you guys doing today?
I'm doing good. A little tired. Had a lot of festivities yesterday and a lot of work to catch up on, but all in all, a good Tuesday.
Yeah, RB3, how you rocking, man?
Doing good. Actually, I'm doing good. We're live, just making sure we're live on. I see we're live on YouTube. That's good. We're not live on TikTok, so I'm workshopping that. But otherwise, we're good. Otherwise, we're great.
There you go, man. We're working. We're making it work. Tuesday nights, that's the place to be. First Cut Live. We got a lot to get to this week, this episode, but I'm excited to break it all down with you guys. Obviously, there's an exciting movie that came out over the weekend that a lot of people are talking about. We'll break that down a little bit later on. But first, I want to get to what you were hinting at, Sabrina, which is the night you had last night. You went to the He-Man premiere. I believe it's called Masters of the Universe. Tell me a little bit about that. How was that event and film?
It was really great. Actually, so it was at the Chinese theater. And of course, as you guys know, they always really do it up. There's just a lot of different like set pieces and things like that that they add to like the whole ambiance and experience of the premieres over there. So they had like the skull from the castle and everything like that, all adorning the theater. The carpet was beautiful. It was like a bright purple. But yeah, we covered it for Geeks of Color. So that coverage is going to be rolling out soon. We talked to Idris, Jonathan, oh my God, Nicholas Galatzine. I don't know why I said that. Camilla Mendez, basically the entire cast. It was really, really awesome. The film itself, I'm going to be reviewing it, so the embargo has not lifted. But yeah, and then to the after party, and that one was a blast as well. I got to talk to some of the cast after we saw the film, get even some more insights, and honestly just celebrate with everybody. And I think that's my favorite part of just like screenings, premieres, the entire like press tour of it all, is just being able to celebrate all of the people that took so many years of their lives to create something. I think that's the most exciting part.
Yeah, were you a fan or at least familiar with Masters of the Universe beforehand?
I was. My dad is a huge fan. I actually wanted to like have him come to the premiere with me, but he got injured at work, so he's still back in Chicago, unfortunately, and couldn't make it here. But I 100% would have taken him. He's a diehard He-Man and Masters of the Universe fan since he was a kid. I actually got some cool stuff. They gave us one of these little swords.
Ooh.
Dope.
Yeah. And then I just have like a bag of like some other goodies, different things like that.
Cool.
And then my little unboxing.
Yes.
Yeah, dead ass.
Got Camilla Mendez's character, Tila.
Cool.
And then
Damn.
Skeletor. So
Shout out to Skeletor.
yeah, really fun. I've never really been to a premiere where they had the goodie bags on the seats. So that was sweet. But yeah, overall, great experience. I love any premiere at the Chinese theater.
Yeah, yeah, Chinese is great. I really do feel like premieres are awesome. That's really cool. I'm excited to hear your thoughts on the film. I heard it's getting okay reviews, like it's not bad.
Yeah.
Which to me is shocking. Because I thought it wasn't gonna be great, but hey, maybe it's not bad.
Yeah, I thought.
Yeah.
I thought the trailers looked atrocious, but yeah, I heard it was good from people. I even heard my boy Jalen Coleman. He was at the screening last night, at the premiere last night too. And he said it. I mean, I don't know. I guess he can't tell me what he said, but off the record, he said it was good. So.
Yeah, I think social reactions are allowed right now. So just to like easy breezy with it, I enjoyed it. I think people that are fans of it will enjoy kind of being immersed into that world. It's like a sweet origin story. The humor works. So yeah, definitely going to get into it a lot more once that embargo lifts, I believe at the end of this month or the beginning of June. So it's going to be yeah.
It's interesting they chose to wait that long for the embargo.
Well, I mean, they never usually have premieres this early. That was another thing I didn't realize. So I think it's more so that than anything else. Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, cool. And it's awesome you got to talk to so many people on the carpet. Was there any kind of highlight as far as interviews wise?
Yeah, we had one of the characters. Oh my gosh, I cannot remember what his name is. Let me pull it up while I'm talking about this. But he actually had his old action figure from when he was a kid of the character that he plays. So it's like he manifested that from an early age. That was really, really sweet. And then also just with Nicholas, Idris, Camilla, because they have a lot of scenes together and just like building up that chemistry, a lot of them got into kind of that training for the roles because Nicholas Galitzine, for anybody who doesn't know, he was the one in Bottoms, Red, White, and Royal Blue. So he got huge for this role. Like he like doubled in size. I don't know how he did it, but they were all kind of on that like, well,
I know.
Andres. I'm not gonna say that he looks. I don't know how that stuff works. If I'm being honest, but it was really cool to kind of like how they prepared for this and like taking on some of these really iconic roles. I just feel like this is a, even just thinking about the toys of it all. This was a film that was kind of in the works for a very, very long time. People like John M. Chu have like potentially been attached to it in the past, which makes a little bit of sense since John M. Chu did G.I. Joe Retaliation. So coming off the success of like Barbie, it kind of like a lot of things fell into place for this one to come out now. And so it's really cool. I'm like trying to not say too much as I'm talking about it. But I will say Jared Leto kind of crushed it. Kind of crushed it.
Oh,
I don't really say a lot of positive things about Jared Leto too much. Oh, and the actor who had the action figure from when he was a kid, it was the guy who plays Fisto, Johannes Hakur Johansson. So they were all great. Everybody had such big personalities. They were all super stoked. It was like the most just like wholesome celebratory premiere that I've ever covered, I think, on the red carpet.
That's awesome. Yeah. And I'm curious how the movie's going to do. Do you feel like it'll have some success, especially this summer?
I think so. I can imagine. I mean, it comes out the same weekend as Scary Movie, but I can't imagine that there's too much overlap there. Or if anybody is super into both, maybe they'll just end up seeing both that weekend. But it is one of those films that, you kind of like four quadrant, you want to sit there in a theater in the summertime, popcorn slushy in hand. And visually, I feel like there's a lot of reason to like want to go to the theater to see this one. So I think for the nostalgia of it all, I think people will probably want to be able to see it in a theater. So I think it'll do decent.
That's so funny that I'm glad you mentioned Jared Leto because my only impression of Jared Leto was the trailer, and obviously he wasn't looking too good. Actually,
really, I didn't even watch the trailer if I'm being honest.
Well, I mean, he's just playing a CGI character. I mean, I guess you don't really notice him that much. It's funny. Me and my boy John had talked about this, and I don't know. This clip is still kind of one of my favorite.
Jared Leto is one of the most people
you
that
can't hear.
he still get jobs. Like
I'm running back.
Jared Leto is one of the most problematic people, but he still get jobs. Like he's still getting work. He's about to be Skeletor in the He-Man film.
Yeah. At least with that one, they CGI him a little bit.
You don't know
his face. That one I can understand a little bit more.
When I heard he was going to be Skeletor, I'm like, I know they're not about to have him in there with the long hair and the beard. Like, come on.
Yeah, no. As long as they didn't have him with the Jesus looking hair that he stay having, I'm good with that. So
something about that man, and it's funny too because it's like same thing with like Tron Ares, and in that one he's obviously playing like what even is it, like artificial intelligence robot type of vibe.
Oh, yeah.
So he doesn't really have to give like anything to the role, and then this one it's a voice role, which like again I wouldn't have known that it was him. He did a good job, so it is what it is. We don't see him, but it is kind of crazy that he consistently just gets booked for like major potential blockbuster stuff. Like Tron Ares, of course, they were hoping that would be more like blockbuster vibes. Morbius. What even is happening with any of that? Like, honestly, I was just talking to somebody because it's like with Madam Web, spoilers, but like I didn't know if that was supposed to be Tom Holland's Peter Parker, Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker, where any of this kind of all intertangles, especially like with Spider-Man and Venom actually having like that crossover that they have. I don't know.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Raven, like, what do you mean? That's like, I don't know how they just kind of fumbled those back to back to back to back, but
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. They're gonna ignore that. They're focused
Yeah.
on what Brand New Day is gonna be. Apparently, Brand New Day is gonna be pretty massive when it comes to setting up the future of Marvel. And I don't think that Sony is gonna have much say in that. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think the head of Sony literally announced that universe is dead. You know,
Oh, are you serious?
universe. Yeah, I think they announced it fairly recently.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so I mean, good riddance. Honestly, they were all
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
trash. I mean, some of the Venom movies, like Venom 2, was watchable. And then what else was?
I thought they were all bad, bro.
Nah.
I didn't like Venom. I didn't like Craven. Madam Web. I saw like 15 minutes. That was
Madam
good.
Web. Madam Web is like fun good though. Madam Web is like you can get lit and watch that one. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm good.
nah, I feel that.
But shout out Masters of the Universe. I'm definitely curious about it.
I was also gonna say one more thing about Masters Universe. It's directed by Travis Knight, who is actually a 2-time Academy Award nominee. You know, he directed Kubo and the Two Strings.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
and
yeah.
another one of those Leica movies, which we're gonna be talking about Leica a little bit later. With this amazing trailer that we're gonna be watching. But yeah, shout out Travis Knight. I didn't love Bumblebee. I'll be honest with you, I didn't think Bumblebee was that great. But if I'm hearing good things about Masters of the Universe, I'll give it a watch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
No, you go ahead.
No, I was gonna say Nightwing was a big rumor that was happening with him. Travis Knight. I don't know if you guys heard that just because I've been in the DC world, but that never happened. But apparently he was gonna be in Nightwing or make a Nightwing movie. But
Oh, nice.
yeah, I don't think it's happening anymore though.
I mean, it'd be like
Yeah.
that.
I interrupted you, Sabrina, by the way. Sorry.
I honestly forgot what I was going to say. Again,
sorry.
I did have a few too many tequila sodas. Happy Tuesday.
Yeah, shout out Travis Knight. I thought Bumblebee was okay. But definitely better than the last 4 Transformers movies. So I would at least give him credit for that. But yeah, I'm curious to see how this one's gonna do, especially this summer. So
Yeah, I like Bumblebee as well. And yeah, so just like final thoughts with Masters of the Universe. Visually, very fun. Costumes, props, makeup. Because it was kind of like, honestly speaking of like Suicide Squad and everything, and kind of those like blockbusters that have come out in years past, or like potential blockbuster moments. It's pretty crazy because like thinking of how that got best makeup and hairstyling at the Academy Awards. And it's kind of crazy to just see so many different films. I'm not necessarily saying Masters of the Universe outdid it, but so many films have kind of outdone that makeup and costuming in terms of blockbuster stuff. Because even that year, one of the Star Treks was nominated alongside it, and like that's something that should have won, but alas.
yeah, it was one of the Star Treks. I want to say one of the Guardians. It might have been Guardians 2.
Oh,
Might have
really?
been that year as well. I don't know if that was the same year. But I do feel like that's a really good point. There are big blockbuster movies that genuinely have great makeup and great costumes. So they sometimes get ignored in my opinion. So
Yeah, and I feel like that really does elevate stuff for me. Like even Devil Wears Prada again, the like intricacy in the costume design, little details that somebody might not necessarily pick up on, but because I care so much about, like vintage archival work and different things like that, it's like I'll notice it. Though that always elevates any kind of storytelling for me. So I think they did a great job with that here.
absolutely. Let's move on to the movie that is breaking film Twitter and that everyone is talking about, which I think is pretty exciting, especially if you're a horror fan. And that is Obsession, this new movie by Blumhouse and Focus Features. This is a movie that is word of mouth is really driving it forward, which is kind of refreshing. And it's a horror movie that has, I think, something to say. So I want to get your guys' general thoughts on Obsession. And obviously, I got to start with you, Sabrina.
I absolutely love this movie. This is actually potentially my number one of the year so far. It's like neck and neck with the drama. Might be outdoing it just a little bit. So I've seen Curry Barker's other short films like The Chair, Enigma, Milk and Cereal. Huge fan of those. Honestly, with such a low budget, which again, this one also under $1 million shot in LA, I'm always going to celebrate that. So I had high expectations for this one. It exceeded it. I was not ready for what we were going to see. I was genuinely terrified. I think it had incredible kind of like references to other horror films like Pulse, or, you know, some of those kind of standout moments that really added to the eeriness of the atmosphere of this one. I think the writing was pretty sharp. And then obviously Indy Navarrette's performance, genuinely insane. I feel like the film would not work the same if she didn't absolutely nail every single thing that she did. So I was really, really blown away by this one, and I'm excited to get into the themes and everything with you guys, because whoo, that's a lot.
Yeah, RB3, what you think?
Yeah, I enjoyed the movie a lot. You know, I'm not a horror guy, and I kind of really have been making it a priority of mine to not watch horror movies over the past recently. You know what I'm saying? I want to protect my peace. I don't want to be scared, and honestly, you know, to be honest, I kind of don't like how like the market's so saturated with horror movies. You know what I'm saying? I feel like every week we get another one that's like, you know, a little bit kind of rinse and repeat. But this one was not. This one was really good. This one was had a different, unique take that is always good. You know, it's the horror movies that annoy me are always like the ghost ones, the demon ones, the satanic stuff. I just don't like that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And there's been a lot of that. And, you know, when everybody's telling me how scary this movie was, how insane this movie is, you got to watch it, all my mind was going to was Hereditary. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was talking that way about Hereditary, and that movie scared the living badonky donk out of me. You know what I'm saying? So and that was in 2018 when I had like a healthier heart. So watching it now, I was like, I really was not looking forward to this experience. Thankfully, I will say it was a smart horror film, and it had a good balance of comedy, of some like fake out romance, like to kind of lead you down this emotional thing. And the scares weren't too insane. It wasn't like the most scariest thing I've ever seen in my entire life, which I appreciated. There are some images that are wild. There's some ideas that are wild. Thankfully, you know, there's nothing like in Hereditary seeing that little girl's head get chopped off. I mean, I still have nightmares about that to this day. So it's not like on the 10 out of 10, super scary, like I'm going to kill myself kind of thing. But this one it was like weapons scary. It was like a tiny bit scarier than like Weapons. You know what I'm saying? Like around the same tier as Weapons, which I appreciate.
Yeah, I want to say it's scarier than Weapons for me, at least. My experience watching Weapons, two movies that I'm very close together. But I do like that you brought up Hereditary, because I do feel like there's not a lot, but there's definitely inspiration from that movie with certain imagery, with lighting. The work of shadows is really well done. Yeah. There's a shot very similar to Hereditary in this movie. And RB3, I know, I'm sorry, bro. I don't know if I'm messing up your schedule, but I kind of want to get to spoilers. And your thing says no spoilers on the bottom.
Well, okay, but before we get to spoilers, yeah. Do we just want to? I'm just going to quickly say, you know, to finish my non-spoiler thoughts. I thought both of the performances were really good in like totally different ways. I love the commentary on like how bad, you know, men are, patriarchy, all that kind of stuff. It's good seeing that. And, you know, two movies this weekend, from Is God Is and this one, like kind of flip perspectives. And yeah, I mean, and also, you know, I guess, yeah, we'll talk about spoilers, but you know, if y'all didn't watch Obsession yet, I mean, you probably did. It made a lot of money, but I'll say too, I saw it late last night. Me and Andres, you know, we recorded late last night. So after we was done recording, I still saw it was like 11 o'clock. And normally when I go to like 11 o'clock showing, it's like one or two people, it was very quiet, very empty. No, this was literally packed to the brim. Like literally I was shoved in between like people. I never see that at like an 11 o'clock showing, but it was crazy full, and a lot of people, you know, was liking it and laughing with it. There's a lot to laugh at in this movie, so that makes it fun.
Yeah, I want to pass it to you, Sabrina, because the biggest thing in this movie that's coming out of it, beyond the filmmaking, which we'll talk about, I still want to get to that, but it's the thematic elements, is the themes of this movie, what this movie is trying to say, and how it's saying it in a very organic, eye-opening kind of way. it slowly unravels the villainy, in my opinion, of Bear, in a very effective way, because again, it starts the POV in his shoes, and then it slowly kind of unravels into like, this guy's bad. This guy's pure evil. What do you think about the thematic elements as far as the nice guy kind of using his power in a very evil way?
So this is spoilers, right? Sorry, before.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Full spoilers now. Which again, a lot of people have seen it already. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
So it is genuinely insane because, of course, it first starts out, he has his kind of like douchey frat boy type of like best friend. And you see the juxtaposition, and then it's like, oh, this is this little nice guy, cuddle him and all that kind of stuff. And he, again, when he makes the wish, that's not necessarily an evil thing to do. It's every single thing that follows after that. I think now that we can get into spoilers, of course, we have that scene in the restaurant. He finds out she's lying about her father. She's making a scene in the middle of the restaurant, acting crazy. He knows something's wrong. Something is very clearly wrong. Another thing I love really quick is that when the like wish happens and everything changes, she's possessed. I love that it's immediate. I feel like we never really see that. It's kind of something that maybe like happens like overnight or takes a few hours. I like that she's immediately on her doorstep looking at him in the car right away. I feel like that just like adds so much to it, where he probably should have known even at that moment that something was wrong. But by the restaurant scene, of course, yeah, let me clear my throat 1 second. Again, out too late last night. By the restaurant scene, he knows that something's wrong, and that hard cut to him then sleeping with her. This is a woman who has clearly lost her autonomy. She has no control over her actions at all, and he's aware of this and choosing to ignore it, choosing to pretend like everything's okay. You know, oh, I'm obsessed with this person. I'm in love with this person. So, you know, it's kind of nice to feel that kind of direction back. But throughout the whole entire time, especially in conversations with his friends, as this is all unraveling, he does so much talking about not wanting to be perceived as bad, or they spend so much like energy being like, oh, you look kind of this way or whatever it is. And he's worried about that, but he's not actually worried about changing any of his behavior throughout the entire film. There are a million instances that he could have done the right thing all the way up until the end. I know there's a lot that I haven't kind of talked about, and I know we'll get into it, but just to even say, when he takes the pills and then he immediately decides to throw them up, it's like, you are still that same little B-word boy this whole time. You still have not learned a lesson up until your death. And so that's why he's irredeemable. He is a villain. He didn't start off as a villain, but he quickly became one. And then it took a huge downward slope up until the end of the film.
Yeah, RB3, what do you think of this thematic element as far as what this guy became and what he was?
Yeah, I mean, you know, this guy's a dummy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's like definitely the worst kind of dude, but he's just also dumb. Like, you know, there's multiple times he could have like stopped it. He could have like, you know, he could have, you know, I mean, you know, he was already in too deep at this point. When homegirl killed Sarah, you know what I'm saying? He could have like called the police or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm thinking like a smart criminal here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he should have like tried to frame up something. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't even try to be like, he just thought because he was, you know, a dude and she loved him, like everything was going to be okay. Like, that's all he was going to write on. Despite the fact that multiple people are getting murdered. She's like, you know, throwing herself like, you know, glass things at herself. And it's like, yeah. And I mean, one of the truly horrifying parts in the entire movie wasn't even like a scare per se, but it was the part when, you know, they were asleep or she was asleep. He was about to sneak out. And then homegirl, the OG person inside of the body was like, it's me. Just kill me. Just kill me. And like, she's like softly crying. And all the other scenes when, you know, the crazy or like the possessed version is like crying, it's always like loud. It's very abrasive. That's one thing about the movie too. The sound design is very like loud, because no matter how much you can like try to escape the scares, like through covering your face. And I did a lot of this, you know what I'm saying? I'm not like I can't do, you know, I'm not, you know, it's not cool to do this. You know, it's not cool. You know, you can't do, it's not swaggy. But I hit it with the old school, like, You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be watching like, and so that's how I was watching a lot of this movie. But even through that, I still get scared because it'll be like, whoa, like, you know. So that could kind of be like a jump scare thing. But honestly, the piercing cries from what was homegirl's name?
Navarette?
What was her name?
Indy.
That was the actress. Yeah, one of the best horror performances from like Unknown in a good minute. I mean, just from how a lot of her acting, like y'all said, was done in the shadows, done through like silent moments, done through movements. Like there's that part at the end when he walks back in the house and she's doing the creepy, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, ooh, it's getting freaky. So yeah, wild stuff.
Things change for me when we see her in the corner and she does that like body tilt and then steps out all creepy and then walks back into the corner all quick.
Right.
It's giving like, you know, in Twin Peaks, David Lynch would reverse movements to kind of just that, like uncanny valley. And I was getting so much of that uncanny valley in her like facial movements, her body movements, all of that kind of stuff. It was so unnerving. And really quick, before we get off of that scene, of course, we have her softly speaking, like, kill me, like, this is not me, like, all this other stuff. His response, he's like, is it so bad to be? Oh my God. When that happened, I was like, kill him. I don't care about this man. God, because everybody's kind of like, people have, and I feel like this is the really interesting part with like morally complex characters. Obviously, he goes off the deep end. But you can see bits and pieces of yourself. Like all of us have kind of like simped at a certain point or been in that position a little bit, but we're not doing any of this stuff. So for a moment, you want to kind of have some type of compassion for him. Like, oh, buddy, we've all been there. But no, once this is now like, no, absolutely not.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I was laughing because like you said something that reminded the guy next to me because I'm in, you know, I live in Compton. But theater I saw was in Carson, black area, you know what I'm saying? So it's all black people in there. And then the dude next to me, literally right after he says like the kill, and like after he said that line, like, what's so bad? He's like, you fucking sip. Like it was like, it was like, yo, it's true. Like this guy is sipping. This is like sipping to the max. This is like max sipping. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm using the Gen Z terminology. Homegirl didn't even have a gat. You know what I'm saying? Where's the gat at? You know what I'm saying? Like, or not even, okay, I don't even know what gat means, but I was like, bro, like, you could have, like, in the beginning, like, you know, this whole notion, okay, sorry, I know Andres, you're about to say something real quick. Just one more thing I got to stand my soapbox off. Get off of this. Stop talking about this friend zone stuff. There's no such thing as a friend zone. Like, guys, you know what I'm saying? Brothers, we gotta elevate beyond this. You know what I'm saying? If you really like somebody, okay, like, don't be weird and don't be a creep, but, you know, politely pursue. Keep shooting your shot in a polite way, but like, without being harassing, you know? But don't try to be like, oh, I'm in the friend zone. Oh, I can't find anybody that love me. Oh, yeah. And then like you literally had another girl, Sarah, right there who like actually had feelings for you the entire time. It's like, no, you know, I hope a lot of men watch this movie and get the message. Get out the simping. Stop listening to Drake. You know, man up. Go outside. Touch some grass. Talk to some women that are not on like OnlyFans or like Telegram or something, and like get a life. You know, so that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, there's a lot there. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Sabrina.
No, I was saying absolutely.
Yeah, there's a lot there. There's definitely a lot there as far as communicating. I personally think he just take it. Just take what you have in front of you. As far as like, all right, she's not interested. She's not interested in him, bro. Stop being some hopeless romantic who's imagining this dream scenario where she's gonna change her mind and fall deeply in love with you. But you can make an argument, in my opinion, that he was the villain from minute one. I can make an argument that he was villain from minute one when he thought she was on drugs or drunk. And he still was like jumping in bed with her and cuddling with her and stuff and trying to hook up with her. That's low key sketchy as hell. And even his homie calls him out on it the next day, where he was like, she was acting crazy and she was jumping on me. And he's like, yeah, but you turned her down, right? And he's like, yeah, I turned her down. No, you did.
he did the first night he did actually turn it down.
He still cuddled with her. He still went in bed with her, bro.
Well, he slept on the floor. Okay, like
that was after though. That was after.
Oh yeah, that was yeah. I mean, that was after. But then
I think he was going like he didn't have the expectation of it. She like asked, and she did ask. So that's where it's like that's where it gets morally gray. You're already down to morally gray.
I think if you already know in your head she's what the fuck is she on, and then she asks you, that's when you have the right to be like, I don't know what you're on. No, and that's what you got to say. If that's a real G, if that's a real homie or real dude, a man, be a man and be like, no, something's up with you. I can't cuddle with you right now. Sorry, or I can't. That's what you should be doing, and that's what even his homie says at the end. He's like, "Well, you didn't like get in bed with her and cuddle with her," and he was like, "No, I didn't."
Yeah, but the friend was saying that because he was
I know, because he was jealous. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You find that out later, but still low key, it was like, you know, she's tripping balls right now. You're still kind of taking advantage of the moment. So
And that's also where, because even like for a moment, and that's why these characters are so fascinating, because she is kind of seen as like this manic pixie dream girl from him, even when she gives a few dollars to like a houseless person. She, like it's like everything's like the music, it's all dramatic. Every single action that she does is heightened. And so obviously in that car ride, you know, we get that context later on of like, oh, she's sleeping with his friend. They have this on and off thing. Clearly, maybe she has some feelings for the friend and it's not working out. And now she's kind of in this like vulnerable place, might be seeking some validation. And hello, she probably has an inkling of like, he does have feelings for me.
Right.
So that's why that car conversation is very interesting. And none of this is to say, because Nikki is absolutely 100% the victim in all of this.
Yeah.
She just really quickly, she is put through this ringer by the actions of a man because he can't be a normal person and just speak words to her, even though he knows her well. And not only that, but she has to deal with the fallout of everything at the end. And again, none of this was due to her behavior. But what I do find interesting now with that context in the initial car conversation before he makes the wish, she is very clearly looking for something. And it's like, I like that it's completely up to interpretation on like, is she just looking for validation? Does she have like potentially, could she rebound with him? Is that what she's kind of like looking for? Like not something so serious, but just like, you know what? I need somebody that's actually going to be like seeking me out and that's going to feel better for the state that I'm in currently. It is really interesting. And he had so much opportunity. She straight up said it.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's why. That's the max simping right there. That was like, that's when I first knew it was like, yo, something wrong with this guy. Cause I mean, don't get me wrong. I've missed a lot of signals in my day too. Like a lot of us guys do. It's natural. That's why in the beginning as a dude, you kind of feel for him. But then like, you know, a signal like that, she literally just straight up asked like, do you like me? Like, I don't know, a guy like me, I would have been like, yeah, like, come on, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but I guess he wasn't built like that. And then that just ultimately, you know, he got that, what they call that LDE, you know what I'm saying? That little D energy. Yeah. So that's what Fool was possessing the whole time. And it's sad to see.
Yeah, I still think there's really deep darkness to him though. And I think that's really well handled where it kind of, like you said, like the what is that? LDE, simping, like all these terms you can say that, but you could also say like pure dead ass villain, and low key kind of evil. Specifically to me, the scene that said it to me, and I know it's played for laughs, the scene, but when he does that call,
I was gonna say
the number.
That was the funniest scene.
It's funny,
yeah.
But it ends with like, hey, you want to talk to her, and you hear her screaming her head off. And you're like, oh my God, is she like in some hell dimension? Like the real Nikki? And he learns that and he just kind of hangs up and is like, I didn't hear that. What? And it's like, bro, the real Nikki is screaming somewhere in some sort of hell dimension. And the Nikki you're talking to is not even Nikki. It's a demon inside of her, whatever the hell creature possessing her body. And when you find that out and you see him keep going with it, then you're like, bro, what? You're crazy, bro.
Absolutely. And also the thing is, he doesn't really make any effort to change the situation, even on the phone. Like he's like, oh, can I like change the wish just a little bit?
Right.
He's not saying that he wants her to have her autonomy back. He wants to make it more convenient for himself. Because the only time that he actually put in effort to potentially make things right is when it really affected his life, the people around him, all of that, the party scene, different things like that. And it's affecting people's perception of him. But before that, when he's already aware that it's not really her in here at all, you know, they have that kind of like montage of them like watching TV and like doing this and cooking and whatever it is. And he's totally fine with it then. It's only when it starts to inconvenience him and she's not this like perfect person. Because I also think it's kind of like, again, that metaphor for like a manic pixie dream girl. Obviously, this is an exaggerated version. But when you start to see the actual like facets of someone's personality outside of this idealized version that you had in your head, you know, everybody's flawed. So those flaws are exaggerated, but it's kind of also like commentating on that. So that's what I find to be even more interesting. And I think that is really framed in the beginning where he just sees her as this like perfect human with no substance. So he likes the idea of her loving him and him loving her, but not actually like loving her as a person.
Yeah. And then, you know, and it is very much likely that, you know, she probably was going through, you know, even if she was or wasn't going through like issues of her own, you know, us as human beings, like we have complex minds, like, you know, being like not having your own self-will, having your own self-control, like that could be breaking. Like you could see her mental decline and mental breakdown, even just like within her eyes, like as a performer. There's like that one crazy shot where like it's just like a close-up of her and it's like all in shadow, but you just see her eyes got that little yellow thing in there. It's like, ooh, this is like menacing, but also I could kind of see like there's a tiny, I think that shot was trying to say is there's a little tiny little bit of her in there, but it's all shrouded in darkness and this evil that this man is putting on top of her. So deep stuff. There's a lot of deep stuff. There's another thing that kind of stood out to me too, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, it was a, you know, wild movie, great movie, you know, definitely a crowd pleaser too, in a little bit of a way. I think it's definitely going to have a lot of legs, have a lot of, you know, things. I don't know about crowd pleaser per se, but it didn't end on like the worst possible ending possible. So, you know.
Yeah, I think it like low-key did, but I understand what you mean about crowd pleaser.
Yeah.
Like, I think that everybody kind of being in that communal space in a theater, because like when people were like jumping or screaming or even like laughing, other people would kind of like laugh along because we're so uncomfortable. And then those moments of comedy add a little bit of levity for like 2 seconds before it gets into something else creepy. But I do think like the ending, unfortunately, is like the most tragic ending possible. Because like, unless she kills herself, she's going to jail. Like now it looks like she's responsible and other people had witnessed her being like crazy. So she really has no, like, she can't say, hey, this guy made a wish and I was trapped outside of my body and I had no control of my actions. So like she killed Sarah, she killed the friend, she killed, or it looks like she killed the guy. Is his name? No, I don't remember his name. Anyways,
the main guy.
Also, what? Yeah, what's his character's name again?
Bear.
Bear. Which again, Bear.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
It wasn't a food critic.
You know, but I said on Twitter, I kind of hinted at it. You guys have seen the viral video, man or bear, like stuck in the forest with a man or stuck in the forest with a bear. All the women say bear. In this movie, said stuck in a forest with a man, and his name is Bear. You're fucked.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
that 100% had to be a nod to all of that.
Yeah.
And like, again, the Curry Barker, he's only like 25 years old. And I feel like the self-awareness and kind of like the wisdom and in commentating on all of these elements of the culture, because again, it's kind of like the incel-y vibes, like, oh, why doesn't this girl like me? Like, I've done nothing but be good to her, and kind of having those expectations. I just think there's so much like self-awareness in the writing, and it is so sharp. And so I'm genuinely blown away by how young he is and how much he's able to kind of add to the current times.
Yeah, there is a lot there, and I do feel like it works really well, especially at the ending. The ending's very cruel. I'm with you, Sabrina. I think it's a very cruel, like mean ending, just because obviously she's screwed either way, no matter what happens to her. Even if she does find a way to get out of it with the authorities and blame it on Bear or something, and she makes up a story, it's still like destroying her mental health completely. And I do feel like the supernatural aspects just because again, I'm a nerd and I go into the supernatural aspects naturally, is also a big testament of what exactly the movie's trying to say about the Wish and where she goes. Like, where does the actual Nikki go? What does that entity do? Some really dark stuff, and also something I didn't like, but it works, and I get it. It's supposed to be mean, but I didn't like. I thought it was mean, like the stuff with Sarah. I felt bad for that whole situation. The way they set it up, it's supposed to make you feel bad. Her friend, I think her name is Sarah.
Yeah.
But it's cruel. I was like, this is really mean. That sucks.
Yeah, they show her eyeball hanging out.
I was like, this is crazy. And this is, again, when she comes in, she's like, it's your fault, Bear, and starts like rubbing him and patting him on the head.
Yeah.
It's wild. It was crazy. Absolutely insane.
I really like the fact that he didn't pull any punches with this one. It is so unfortunate because, I really like Sarah as a character. She's like, honestly, the only good one in the group, at least from what we see. Obviously, we don't know for sure. But like her, obviously Nikki, but we really don't get to spend a lot of time with Nikki. And it is very clear too, like it's really hard, I guess, for the ending, because it's like she put in a notice at work. People have seen her acting crazy. She's literally wearing Sarah's scalp. I don't think there's a lot of ways to get out of that. And it's like, unfortunately, she's going to be getting like consecutive life sentences. There's just no way around it. And again, she didn't do any of this. And so it really is the evil that men can do, and just the lack of any type of empathy and just like fully focusing on themselves. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say Curry Barker's doing Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and so I'm excited to see what he does with kind of like a film like that, just because with that story, with that family, the setting, there, I feel like there is so much that he can kind of add to it, and I think we see that here, and so I'm excited to see how it lends to kind of that film.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
No, I mean, I was gonna say, I guess maybe me saying the ending's not the worst, maybe wasn't the right phrasing. I think for me, I appreciate the ending because A, I didn't want her to die. B, I wanted him to die. And C, this idiot was kind of so dumb. Like, he kind of did leave enough of a paper trail to like low-key get him on something, because he called the stupid number. They're gonna have records of that. He went to this stupid guy at the place he got the one wish thing and was like, please, you gotta do something, she's obsessed with me. And he already knows what he's talking about. Like, that guy already kind of knows. So I mean, it's not the perfect, like, cleanest thing. I do kind of see a world where they find a way to pin something on him. Or even, she even says something to the effect, and low-key his DNA is like all over the place anyway. Like, he was just with the friend Ian, he touched the gun that she had shot homeboy with. He was with Sarah, like touched Sarah before she got married. So there's like enough of a plausible thing to where I, as an audience member in my mind, is kind of rationing like, okay, it's horrifying, but she's obviously abused up enough. Like, she could kind of, say, I don't know. So that's the only reason why I was kind of thinking like, this wasn't the worst ending. I think a lot of people in my audience was like, kind of took a sigh of relief when he died and she woke up. I was like, oh, okay, good. Like, at least like she's like not possessed anymore, Yeah. So, and I think even a worse ending would have been them both being possessed, and we would have got this like toxic, ugly thing where they're just using each other too. So I think it was like a sensible ending, definitely bleak and gruesome, like y'all said. But to me, I felt like the reason why I think a lot of people are like liking it a little bit more than like other horror movies is because it didn't like end in like the most, and like the worst case scenario,
Yeah, but I think her like screams being over the credits, it is supposed to kind of do that. And then I don't know, it's something, because even if like legally, if she can find some way to get out of it, it's like she had to be outside of control of her body for like how many, did they say like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it was. I don't know how much time had passed, but she witnessed herself killing her friend in a very brutal way, killing the guy she had been sleeping with, who was also her friend, and just all of that. And then you're just like sitting in a house with all of their dead bodies. And it is obviously poetic that the way that he passed is like the same way that his cat passes in the beginning, same position, all of that kind of stuff. Yeah. I don't know. And all the little hints, the like when she sends the lunch and it's like not me.
Oh, it's the cat. Yeah,
Yeah, and then it's
yeah.
the cat because it's like, is Nikki maybe like lucid enough to do something like to mess with him at that moment by like putting his cat in the sandwich? Because like she just can't do anything at this point. So she had that note. So that's kind of where I found that as her trying to do something to like hurt him in that moment.
I personally took that as her being like, "Yo, don't leave home no more, because if you do, you don't keep getting, weird lunches or like, like kind of like a way of like threatening him, like, don't go outside no more." That's how I took it, but I can definitely see that too, the subconscious like rising
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
took
can
it.
see both. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, I took it as the creature, the demon being confused, or just being like trying to figure out how human stuff works. That's why she was trying to make up that story. She's like, yeah, my dad is sick. Like she was trying to find what are humans like. That's why she builds that altar and she thinks it's cute or whatever. To me, it was like that creature being kind of like Hereditary, where like you feel like what is this demon doesn't know what to do or doesn't know what they're doing, and they're trying to act human to look cool for. That's why she kept apologizing to Bear later on. She's like, "I'm so sorry. I'll be normal. I'll be normal," because she doesn't know how to be normal because she's a freaking I don't know demon hellspawn creature that doesn't know how to act like a normal person. So that's how I took it. But last
Yeah.
thing, real quick, Sabrina, and I want to throw this to you. I saw a review that was a little more critical of this movie from a female critic on YouTube, and she talked about how the themes of the movie are very apparent, but is it strong enough to feel that horror, I guess? Because I know there's been a lot of conversations over the past 10 years about rape in general in movies and how it's kind of overdone, overplayed, and too traumatic sometimes. How do you feel about that kind of criticism as far as like, do we really need to see this girl getting raped for 2 hours, I guess?
All right. I also too, like, I know it's important. We gotta say the words, but YouTube will kill us. So like,
Oh, my bad.
maybe grape, just
My
for
bad.
YouTube. I know we gotta keep it real, but
I know
only for
it's so
YouTube.
annoying that we have to like censor ourselves all the time.
All right.
Yeah, I think when it's done impactfully for a reason, because that is for me, that was the moment that I go, oh, he is absolutely the villain. He is a horrible person. He's been a horrible person, but now it teeters off into a different territory. I think when there's a purpose and it's done well, because also like it's kind like the scene, I'm trying to word it decent so that we don't get like flagged. The scene is done in a way of like she's very apparently not enthusiastic. So it's not even like she's not even there. It's also like even the whoever is present in that moment, whether it's the entity or whatever, is not necessarily enthusiastic about this and he doesn't care. And so I think there are so many things happening in that scene that really do. And it is relatively quick and it's unfortunate, but it is something that I think because it is in our reality and this is serving a purpose to the story, I think it can be done well sparingly, kind of here and there, like this example. I do agree that I don't like to see revenge films necessarily. I think there are some that do it well, even like Revenge from Coralie Farjat.
I was gonna mention that one.
Yeah, a few years ago, like some of them do it very, very well. But I think again, when you do have a woman writing the story, I think it comes from a better place. And sometimes men can kind of falter, which is why I don't necessarily want to see a 2 hour revenge fantasy film written by a man necessarily, unless maybe it's done extremely well. But I don't think for the most part that it kind of has been in the past. No. So for this case, for this film, I really do think it serves a purpose and I think it's okay. I don't want to fully censor films either and be like, oh, you can never show this or whatever, because unfortunately it's something that's in our reality and it makes a lot of sense in this film that this would be the outcome of him sleeping with this body at that moment.
Yeah, that's the it kind of really landed the metaphor of like this is what he's been doing the whole time. I will say, I mean, it was tough to watch. Obviously, I always criticize movies that have that, even movies that like kind of like low key imply it too, or like I kind of really have a problem with. but I think it's definitely done more tastefully than like I always go back to the 70s movies, man. In the 70s, it was like they were doing it just to like they're having those kind of scenes just to, like have fun. Yeah, like they're like doing it as if it's like exploiting the situation. And even those controversial films, even the film we talked about last week, Andres, Ken Russell's The Devils, which is getting that re-release, that has a horrible, terrible grape scene in there. So it definitely 70s, 80s, a lot of those movies were horrible. Most movies, and there's a lot of recent movies now that are pretty bad, at least, but like a little bit more tamed down. This movie, I think, was pretty I don't want to say tame. It's never a tame kind of thing, but it was a quick thing. And also it was used to, like you said, Sabrina, tell the story, land a metaphor that, was already ever present all the way through. But for the dummies like me or a lot of people in the audience, need that extra this is what's going on. So,
yeah.
Yeah, I really do think it landed that kind of push into the new chapter of the story. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, we are completely flipping the page. This is something else from here on out. And we see his true colors in that moment where we kind of like have the moments of suspecting it. So again, it does have a powerful effect to the film. It's not just there to be there and to make us feel uneasy. Like, none of that kind of stuff is a part of the horror. Like we said, there's so much else that's acting as like the horrifying parts. This is something that I think it just lands really well. And again, in today's day and age, I'm not gonna lie, with everything that we kind of see with like incel culture, looks max, like all of just the way that young men have like their influences, like the Andrew Tates of it all and everything, kind of just like influence their behavior with women. I do think it's very, very important for any woman, especially in this case, again, if we're looking at another element of the film, which is kind of a woman just losing her autonomy in a relationship with a man. I think it's important to kind of see how these things can affect us and see that certain things are not normal. And obviously that would be something that isn't. And so that's why I'm like against censoring like certain like language or things, especially if it serves a purpose and it is done well. I think it's important to do that. I don't think it's fair for any art to be like, you can never have this no matter what, under any circumstances. I think we can absolutely criticize when it's done poorly, but that's a different story.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I feel like for the most part it works, and I think that's what the theme of the whole movie is trying to get at. So the idea of consent and of bodily autonomy and making sure you're in control of situations. Yeah, guys, those were our thoughts on the big movie Obsession. I'm definitely curious to see where the future of Indy goes and the future of the director goes. I forget his name, but
Harry Barker.
Yeah, I'm definitely curious to see where they go for sure. Definitely something worth looking at. RB3, we're going to move on to talking about Cannes, right?
Yeah.
Do you see anything good coming out of Cannes? And I apologize, guys. I'm going to step out for 1 sec, if that's okay with you.
All right, cool. Do that, but don't turn off your video, please. Cannes is here, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of the talk in Cannes is the lack of good stuff. There's a lack of high quality content. I have this article here from the Hollywood. I'm sorry, this is actually from New York Times. Give me 1 second. I'm adding it. I am adding it right here because I do not know how to use this computer sometimes. Okay, here we go. New York Times. The headline is, okay, boom, that's there. And then, all right. Sorry, the chat to hear me do all this. This is from the New York Times. The headline: at Cannes, the movies are divisive and the arguments are heated. So, yeah, they're saying a lot. There's a lot here with strong front winners for Palme d'Or. Every movie is getting mixed reactions, especially the sci-fi action film Hope. So there's a lot going into this article. It's kind of crazy. Talking about how, Paper Tigers, highly anticipated one from who's the director? Oh, James Gray, starring Scarlett Johansson, Miles Teller, Adam Driver. That was going to be a major contender. And then boom, this guy says it's Razzie worthy. Crazy, crazy. And another one that we all thought was going to be great. Oliver Sutton. This is from the director. I'm going to mispronounce his name here. But he did the phenomenal movie Drive My Car, which is low-key, if not my favorite movie of 2021, one of my favorite movies, at least like top 3, Drive My Car. So there's another 3-hour film he did. And yeah, people not messing with it. It says mistaken. Yeah. So bad reviews. Other stuff. Recent Academy Award nominee, Asghar Farhadi's new film Parallel Tales getting mixed reviews. Javier Bardem's film The Beloved getting mixed reviews. Now people are saying the only hope left, no pun intended, is this film called Hope from South Korea. It's an action film that apparently stars Michael Fassbender and Alicia Vikander, and they're using motion capture technology to turn them into like these creatures. This New York Times guy says it looks like James Cameron tried to render the Na'vi, but through a dented GameCube. So it's like,
I was gonna say, I've seen coverage about this one. It's so funny because I've seen so much polarized opinions about Hope. And really, like, just quickly to interject, the one film that I see people actually giving good reviews to is called Club Kid, and A24 just acquired it, and that's the one with the guy from I Love LA.
That cokehead. No,
Yeah.
I've been seeing that.
He loves to be like coke and poppers. It's like, okay, my guy, we get it.
Right. No, I mean, I respect it. Look, if that's your brand, if you want to be a new Charlie Sheen, I ain't gonna hate on that, for sure. I do think partying with James Franco in the year of our Lord and Savior 2026 is a little ridiculous, but they're trying to push James Franco for a little bit of a comeback too now. So, but yeah, I think it's fascinating that this New York Times guy is like this CGI heavy action film is the only thing that people are getting behind, like kind of ish, like, or at least critically. But yeah, and then the new Kids Club, of course, or that one is too. But even I saw a meme earlier today on Twitter, like, Neon, the guys at Neon are like flipping from room to room trying to get any any new acquisition they could get because every new Palme d'Or candidate is just like falling off. So yeah, it's interesting stuff. I don't know. They're also doing Fast and Furious at the Cannes Film Festival. Yeah. Vin Diesel presenting that. It's like a lot of weird stuff is happening. I don't know what's up with Cannes this year. Jacob Elordi dropped out because he broke his foot, but he was driving Kylie Jenner and Timothy Chalamet around in Hollywood. What's going on? I don't know. This is all weird. I don't like this Cannes. This is like kind of the weirdest Cannes I've ever seen in my entire life. So
yeah, there's that Nicholas Winding Refn film, I think like All Her Hell or something like that with Sophie Thatcher. Yeah. And that one got like a 6-minute standing ovation. Sophie Thatcher's crying. And then someone else posted that to make sure that nobody leaves during the standing ovations, did you see that they like the ushers hold hands and cover the seats? So like, let's say you watch like a 3-hour movie, you really got to pee. They literally have, what is that, like Hands Around America or Arms Around America or whatever it's called? That's literally what they look like going up and down the aisle. I don't know what is up with Cam this year. It is something else. With the coverage we're getting is insane.
Yeah, French people are weird, man. I do feel like that's part of it. I also feel like we're getting to a point now, and maybe it's me just seeing it based off interviews and based off just vibes, that the vibes are low-key kind of off. I feel like we're trying, or some people in Hollywood are trying, I'll say executives, I guess, to go back to like the 70s and make everything very white dude, straightforward kind of movie. And I think it's kind of tipping over into personality-based type stuff. Like you were talking about with the Elordi and Kylie and Timothy, and trying to make it more star-driven and messy and all this kind of stuff that it doesn't need to be. And ironically enough, RB3, you know what I'm feeling, and maybe I'm reaching, but what was the standout movie of last year, if not Sinners? a mid-sized budget vampire horror movie. Like these kind of movies don't always have to be the best movies all the time, and I do feel like there's a little bit still of that superiority complex that comes from these kind of festivals where people are like, wait a minute, we're supposed to get the best movies ever from this, and they're not. And you can get it from Curry Barker or a Ryan Coogler or a director that's not necessarily making supposedly super cool indie arthours movies, and more like just generally good movies regardless of the genre. So I think that's where we could be heading, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I definitely think with the right studios, I think Neon does it right for the most part. Even though Neon's really more of an acquisition machine, but I think A24 is doing it right. I think Warner Brothers last year was doing it right. I don't know about Warner Brothers this year. They're kind of flopping. I ain't gonna hold. Like Warner Brothers this year, y'all kind of not doing the job. But last year's Warner Brothers did it right. You know, there's studios that are still trying. And then there's studios like Paramount that's just throwing out that slop. Like, what's that Passenger slop they're throwing out next week? Like, yeah, I don't know. So, you know,
it is crazy. And Paramount has consistently like come out with literally the worst slate of films for the last year and a half. They'll have some like a good one here and there, but it is so few and far between compared to just like trash and then trash, and it just continues. It's ridiculously embarrassing for them. I hate the Ellisons, obviously.
Yeah,
it's
Also,
bad.
Sorry guys, I had to show you. Here's the ushers.
Oh,
I can't see it. I see it now.
They're holding their hands.
Let me do it one more time.
Yo, they're literally blocking fools. Look at this.
And they don't leave until talent leaves. Like the ovations are over and talent is leaving. If I had to pee, I would be like jumping over them. Like, no way.
Right. Like, come on.
Yeah.
It's 3-hour foreign films too. Like,
yeah.
But that's also kind of going back to my first point, right? Where it is very like, you know, like, oh, the talent, like what is going to happen? It feels like we're getting a little too kooky for them. It goes back into
standing ovations.
It goes back into this kind of like sycophantic MAGA, if you want to throw in that kind of attitude towards these actors and directors, where it should be a little bit more like, give me a good film and that's it. I don't give a crap who's there and who's not.
I do love the ovations though, like the standing ovations. So funny.
Right.
Like it genuinely is hilarious. And also the camera person, this is like in years past, where they'll go up to talent's faces super close, and talent's like,
I think the Venice guy is like the king of that.
yeah, I love those,
is,
honestly.
Gets in your nose. He like the camera touches the nose.
He like goes so close, and then he'll go to like the next person. And I'm like, how do I get that job? Like that just seems
right.
Yeah, but I like when people like have fun with it. Like, you know, Adam Driver just like lighting a cigarette in the middle of the theater, pulling a Sean Penn before Sean Penn did it. Stuff like that is really fun. I want to see personality. And that's why like the Sophie Thatcher getting emotional over her film. I think moments like that are great. It's too bad that people are saying it's like the worst film to ever show at Cannes.
Oh, they're saying that. I saw for one, Nicholas wanted reference a little crazy person. Like he's so hit or miss. He's like worse than David Lowery. But in my opinion, a lot of people love. Anyway,
I was gonna say David Lowery is consistent relatively.
I mean, compared to Nicholas Winding Refn. But somebody on Twitter said Sophie Thatcher crying because she got to be on set for Yellow Jackets next week. I was like, dang, that's tough. But I'm looking for. I mean, I want to see some of these movies from Cannes. But honestly, the roster's looking kind of thin. None of the reviews are looking good. And what Palme d'Or did they even give it to if like all of these movies, all these heavy hitters are not doing well? I don't know. You know,
didn't Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Miasma or whatever it's called, didn't that premiere at Cannes? But that was like very early on. So that's another one that I actually saw get a lot of love. So that one and Club Kid, I think, were the two that I actually see like universal praise for. And obviously Mubi is distributing that one because that's Jane Schoenbrum's third film.
Oh yeah, I heard good things about that. She's good. Yeah. She's good. Oh, but that's the one that one critic got in trouble for saying he was horny while watching, right? Like,
Wait.
I don't know if y'all saw that. That guy, he's always popping up on Twitter. David Eldrick
Ehrlich or something like that.
Yeah, David Ehrlich. Yeah, I think he posted on his letterbox that that movie made him super horny. Or he said something like he made a fun joke on his letterbox. I don't know about fun. I don't know. But he said like, be back to review this film later. I'm just trying to overcome my horniness from watching this film or whatever. And then people are like saying he's being transphobic, or not transphobic, but like sexualizing transsexuality, And then I think even Jane Schroederberg herself even tweeted like, free David Eldrick, because like people were like getting at him. He had to delete the letterbox review and stuff. And then even, she was like, yo, free him. Like, he's not talking, So, and it's the film, I guess the film is intended to be kind of like corny per se anyway.
Yeah, because it's like, from what I think, it's like Friday the 13th, like camp horror vibes of like, and those are like, that's like the horniest of all the iconic horror franchises, in my opinion.
It's still a little weird to say that.
I think it's fine, whatever. Maybe
yeah,
but like if you saw it on a Thursday night showing and you say like, yo, this made me horny, because like the cast is great. Don't say that, maybe say it like a little bit better.
It's still very much like attention grabby, I think. Like he's trying to bring attention to himself instead of the film. I don't know. That's a whole different conversation. But
Letterboxd is so not serious.
It's true.
Right, it wasn't like it wasn't like he wrote this for like IndieWire. Like he did it purely for Letterboxd, and that was literally just a one sentence. Like it wasn't even a full review. It was just like the joke, and that was it. But then people took that and really ran with it. So
yeah, still some critics need to chill in general. Yeah, just like in general. But yeah, I'm definitely curious to see what comes. I agree with the ones you guys named already. The ones you named, Sabrina. Those are the ones I've been hearing about the most. And maybe they'll do something. So,
I mean, I hope so. I really want to cover, fingers crossed, guys. I really want to cover the teenage sex and death.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
No, we gotta watch that. I gotta just say, yo, I don't know what's going on with TikTok tonight. Our TikTok's hot tonight, y'all. Our TikTok is hot. We got like, okay, it's like saying hot, but we've have about 4 people watching currently. This is some of our biggest numbers. And we got somebody named B sending us hearts, sending us a little emotes. So salute to you. Julius followed First Cut. Salute to you. Another person named my cousin Megs said, I guess when we're talking about the obsession, like that, he said that's facts. You got to shoot a different shot. So yeah, salute to everybody watching on TikTok. Some McGrill is here too. Yeah, we got some folks in here. Thank y'all for coming through. B said, longtime fan, people. Thank you, B. Thank you, B. I'm not sure your real name, but salute to you, B. Thanks for watching. Really, really appreciate it. And
shout out TikTok, man.
Shout out TikTok. Shout out YouTube. Devontae Hutley said hello. He said Texas Chainsaw Massacre has been done to death. They need to retire that franchise. Hey, if they got a good director doing it. Yeah. Oh, you disagree? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like what you were saying. If they have a good director behind it, I think you can make anything like that interesting. That original film is one of my favorites, and even the remake with Jessica Biel. I think that one is such a good example of like a classic horror franchise remake.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like horror is kind of reaching this. I don't know. Horror's always been this way though for the past couple of years, where if you do have something good to say, you can kind of break through no matter what. I'm hoping we can get past that. Maybe, I mean, Sinners is on a different level, so I can't compare it to anything now. But hopefully Sinners is a good example of what these kind of genre films can become, or at least when it comes to awards attention, a little bit more than what we were hoping for back in the day. Because I could still make the argument, I think a lot of people can, that Lupita Nyong'o should have been nominated for Us. And I'll still make that argument because I think she was better than a lot of performances that year that were actually nominated. So hopefully we could see a renaissance when it comes to not necessarily just horror, but genre films in general. So
yeah,
we would love to see it.
Love to see it. We still have a couple more topics. We can speed through these. I did make a promise on Twitter. I said we're gifting memberships tonight, which we are. So we have 10 people watching. I wish there was more, but it's okay. It seems like the real OGs are in the chat. At least Devontae Hutley's there. Gabriel Fania Fontes. And then Gabriel said she gave him a chance to be honest. Yeah, she gave him a chance. All right, we're gifting memberships, y'all. We have 5 memberships to gift. All right, y'all ready? Be ready. Be ready to get them. Because I only got 5 for the month. Oh, wait. I goofed up a little bit. Okay, here they come, y'all. Here they come. Be ready. Have your fingers ready. All right. Coming into y'all in 5, 4, 3, 2. My internet. There we go. Boom. 5 memberships. Just gifted them out, y'all. Who got them? Who got them? Call out if you got them. Call out if you got them. Oh, Devontae, you didn't get one, bro. No. John Lee, McKee always, Frodo Cop, John Bear, and Creano are all now members. So, hey, thanks to all the new members we got. Thanks to all the new members. We're going to start giving away. We're going to start gifting memberships more regularly on the show. You can find a lot of good content behind our membership tier. The entire series of Netflix Roulette with me and my dog, Cade Hughesby. You could also find, gosh, what else can you find there? You find a lot of stuff on members. The legendary video of me and Dorian getting pulled over while watching Tenet. That's a members only video. There's a lot of good videos on there. So salute to everybody who's a member. You thought I got it? Dang. Devontae, hit me up, man. Hit me up, man. I'm hook you up, man. You always in the chat, bro. You always in the chat, man. I'm hook you up, brother. Just DM me or hit me up. I got you, bro. I got you. But yeah, alrighty. So, I mean, we get on cans, right? I'm guessing.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Were you gonna move on to a show that I stopped watching like 4 weeks ago?
Well, maybe for the better, honestly. You know.
Yeah. I heard about this last episode though.
Okay.
A little bit. Yeah, but you tell me about it.
Yeah, last episode, man. Euphoria. You know, I said last week the show is basically sleazy, greasy, borderline pornographic. You know what I'm saying? Why'd they have to give me the Godzilla City Sweeney titties? I didn't need that. I can't watch the show with my parents in the house. It's all getting weird, you know? So now, shout out to this episode. Maybe they heard me. Maybe they were like, all right, no more City Sweeney titties. We're going to cool off on that a little bit. Or maybe I give you a little side boob here and there. But we're going to go hard. Yeah, a little side, a little tease. But this episode, we're going to go hard on Christianity. We are going to sell you on the idea that Zendaya is going to convert and become a full-time Christian over the span of 60 minutes. And it goes through all the terrible tropes. I mean, she sees a burning bush. She calls her mom in a church. They got homegirl, I met her at one of the premieres for one of the Angel Studio films. I forgot which one. NECA King returns for literally one line. I don't know if y'all saw that thing she posted on TikTok earlier today. Like, she said her mom was clowning her for like only having one line the entire show. Like, internet been waiting for her only to pop up for one line. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Lazy. The Hans Zimmer score is not hitting. I'm sorry, y'all. It's so bad. It's not bad, I don't want to say, but you can feel like, especially in the moments when she's in the church, you just feel these are supposed to be like labyrinth moments. Like, these are supposed to be some real soulful stuff happening. It's just played for this over dramatic thing, all that kind of stuff. Nate Jacobs is an embarrassment of a storyline. He only shows up for one scene just to get his butt kicked again. Like, I do not want to watch this guy get... we all hate Nate. I get it. Nate's a piece of trash. I don't want to watch him only for one scene every episode get beat up. I'm tired of it. I feel like they only had him for like half a day and they shot like a bunch of scenes of just him getting beat up. We're 2 episodes away from the finale. It's not getting any better. It's actually kind of getting on the like low. It's kind of getting like a little bit worse. I do want to see Maddie getting her. The Maddie storyline is the only one that's heating up. Jules' storyline is trash. Her like
nothing.
Yeah, like there's nothing going on with that. It's an embarrassment.
She's supposed to like paint dicks, and it's like, okay, like I don't know what they did to her character. Again, when we had those solo episodes, the Rue, the Jules one, I feel like we learned so much about her as a person, and now we get nothing. But I will say, shout out Jay Washington's in this episode.
Yeah, I love Jay. I love Jay.
Yeah, just as much screen time as Nika King.
I was gonna say, like, Jay was posting for months, like, I'm gonna be in multiple episodes of Euphoria. I can't wait to y'all see me in Euphoria. I swear to God, but I love Jay, man. But I had to rewind that mug about 80 times before I could find you. And I thank God he posted that screenshot because I still wasn't able to find him. But yeah, he was there. Still to him. Still to my other friend, Caitlin Johnson. She also watches First Cut every now and then too. She also had a brief, like literally a one-shot background appearance as one of the strippers in the strip club. So, you know, she was there too, but you know, she literally just posted the screen grab of like the camera whooshing by her real quick. So clearly they shot a bunch of stuff and didn't use it. I'm very curious of what they like left on the cutting room floor. And I can't imagine it could be much worse than what we have currently, but you know, yeah. Oh no.
I don't know. My predictions, and again, I know nothing about this, so like none of these are like spoilers or anything. My predictions are Rue's gonna die because ain't no way. Like they are on to her. I just don't know how she gets past this. I think Maddie is a really good friend for doing what she did and saying that Rue was uncomfortable in Alamo's presence and kind of taking the lead on that, vouching for Rue, kind of being like another avenue to Alamo, for Alamo to put his energy to. So yeah, like you said, Maddie's storyline, great. Alexa Demi, again, showing us why she should be on small screen, big screen, doesn't matter. I just need to see her on more screens. Like truly, it's honestly crazy that from the beginning of Euphoria till now that she's not one of the other breakout stars. Like insane. I have no hope for this. Did you see that Labyrinth posted like he dropped, I think it was like an EP or an album or whatever, and it was called Tarantino spelled wrong. And it's probably shots at Sam Levinson because obviously this is very Tarantino-esque. And I'm pretty sure it's probably the score that he would have had for Euphoria. It's all that like Westerny, like what they're trying to kind of encapsulate in the show right now. And if that was a score, seems like it would have hit. I don't know what the hell happened. But this is just a mess.
Yeah, it's messy. Like you said, Sabrina, they used to have those flashback scenes. I thought we were finally getting one this time with Alamo. But there's low-key the weakest flashback scene we ever got, like explaining his backstory. You know what I'm saying? Like seeing his, I guess they talk about in the behind-the-scenes thing afterwards, seeing his mama scam somebody. He learned to never trust a woman again. Or maybe they said that like in the voiceover. I don't remember. But that was just...
It ended off with like, he'll never let a bitch like con him or be ahead of him ever again or whatever that was.
Yeah. That was... I was like, all right, come on. Like, we got to go with the stereotypical, like, hoeing mother, pimping dad, you know, black family. It's like, come on, man. I guess Alamo is a bad guy, and that kind of explains his, like, sex thing or whatever, but still... kind of trash. And they kept talking about, oh, we were really inspired by like Iceberg Slim and like all these like 70s pimps. And it's like, okay, great. Like, so y'all went to the hyper sexualized version of black masculinity that you could go to, or black lifestyle that you could go to, and applied it to Alamo. Got it. All right. So that's we're just keeping it all surface level. So yeah, really disappointing. The Christianity stuff was super disappointing. It's like, why even try to force that storyline in there if you're not even going to give it like half of an effort? And yeah, I don't like any of it. You know,
A shame, a damn shame. From season
I think the most interesting part of all this is what's going to happen to Sam Levinson after.
The man's not seeing another set for a while.
This is Hollywood, bro. No one takes W's more than a failing white man.
And a Nepo baby too. So
yeah. So that's why, hey man, failing upwards. That's the story of most of these people in Hollywood. So exactly. I'm so curious though. I'm definitely curious because to me this is just atrocious. Everything I've seen a couple clips of this episode, but
are you gonna watch?
I'm sorry.
Are you going to continue to watch to the
probably
end?
Not. No, probably not. No, I'm good. So
we had to kind of drag them. We had to force them to watch the first 2 seasons. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what?
Now, I got 4 episodes.
There's only a few more episodes.
Yeah.
You might as well just watch the 4.
I might just fast forward.
Well, because you didn't even you stopped at like episode 2 though, right? Like
No, I stopped at 3.
at 3.
I saw 3. Yeah.
Okay. So
I think I might have seen a little bit of 4, and then I stopped
wow.
halfway through 4.
Well, get ready because
Yeah.
stuff goes down.
It's getting wild. Getting wild.
Yeah, it's weird, man. I don't know what's up with this show, but yeah. RB3, you got us some trailers, right?
Yeah,
You're
we got to
excited
talk about some
one.
trailers, man. We got to talk about some trailers. I know we don't love trailer reactions, but the word on the street is that this Wildwood trailer is, people are saying it might be the greatest trailer of all time. Now, I actually, my boy Dylan, my dog Dylan told me about this yesterday because he saw the Shrek re-release, or I think it was on Sunday. We did the film festival, and then and he was like, "Oh, this trailer's amazing. You got to watch it, or like watch the movie or whatever." So I did look up the trailer on YouTube, and look how many views this have. 88 million views on this trailer. 88 million. And for context, you can't see the views in this. Oh yeah, you can. For context, the Odyssey trailer that came out a couple weeks ago has 24 million views. For the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer that came out months ago, I think that one has like over 100 views or something. But this one's already creeping up on this, and this only came out like 5 days ago. So all the comments are saying this is emotional, crazy trailer, beautiful trailer. I watched it once. I also loved it, but I had to show it to you guys. Is this the greatest trailer of all time? Let's see. Let's check it out.
The best for the universe too. Travis Knight is the CEO of Leica, so yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. Okay, no more disrespecting Travis Knight, man. You know, Travis Knight might keep it going. Let's see what Wild World is talking about. Wait, this start? So I'm starting from the beginning one more time. Here we go.
He's gotta go outside sometime.
No, he doesn't.
Promise me you won't leave the house. I promise we won't leave the house.
I'm slowly drifting to.
Oh my god! Is that M83?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Looking emotional. Like they're moving. The stop motion is crazy. I love this song. From the hands that created Coraline. Wow. No AI, y'all. This is handmade. Little brother look like. Okay. Looking like we in some fantasy world here.
The animation.
Yeah, this animation is literally insane. Like a robot inside of him?
I don't want any part of your fairy tale. I just want my brother.
Wow, October.
Yeah, October. Primetime award season. Primetime award season for that one. So
I was gonna say best animated feature. Like you can already catch that vibe. So
yeah.
I'd be shocked to see if something comes up and snatches that from them. I haven't even seen this, obviously, but that was really, really just visually stunning. The M83 of it all just like set the tone immediately for me. Oof.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. As a massive fan of animation, obviously Leica's legendary. And this is one of the most difficult forms of animation. Still is one of the most difficult, most expensive forms of animation. That's my biggest question is how much did this cost? Because that is not cheap. And obviously the scale of it is something that they're touting pretty heavily in this trailer. So I'm sat. I'm down.
Yeah, I love how much movement is in the frame from like them riding the bikes or just like going around the town, and even seeing the clouds like when she's flying on that eagle thing at that one point. Yeah, I'm very, I love to see this. What looks like it's going to be a very natural world in the beginning, and people even caught there's a little frame when she's riding the bike on the park. There's a little Coraline that's in the background, like in a picnic with her family. So it's like some little references to other stuff there. But Coraline was also a very fantastical film as well. Like people, love to remember the horror side of it. To me, the most memorable scene in Coraline was when she goes into that one little house and there's all the rats like doing this little circus dance and making a circle thing, and it's like popping out in you. Some of the most amazing, gorgeous animation ever, and that was just their debut. Kubo, Paranorman. I mean, literally all hits. They don't miss. I mean, I couldn't be more excited for this movie, honestly. So.
Yeah, honestly, I know there was that one shot where like doors are opening up and there's so many characters and all like in that doorway as you're looking into the room, so many different characters. It truly is insane. I cannot imagine the level of patience you have to be able to animate a scene like that and how long it would take. And so for us, this is 2 seconds in this trailer, but for them, it's like weeks of work. And it really is so beautiful that they have the ability and the patience to be able to craft something like this. I love stop motion.
Yeah, I love the growth of animation and the variety animation can have. That's one of my favorite aspects of, if you guys have seen Star Wars Visions, Visions is such a cool example of what animation can do and what styles you can have, depending on what company, studio is doing the animation for behind it. And like you said, Sabrina, each frame has an artist behind it and delivers so much intention behind it that makes animation still, in my opinion, one of the greatest forms of filmmaking, period.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Sorry, was that for me?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, they're saying something on TikTok about, something. Anyway. No, animation. I love animation. I think Visions is mad creative. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
Yeah.
That was the last stop motion animation to win Best Animated Feature. That was a couple years ago. So, I like that. Like, we all love Pixar, but Pixar gets stuck with the doughy face thing, and they kind of have a little bit of a formula to that. But I like seeing some handmade animation like this. I'll say Wildwood looks phenomenal. I also love Hoppers. Hoppers is actually my number one movie so far of the year. Like so far. It's gonna be hard to dethrone Hoppers in terms of like how much I love that movie, but I'm very curious to see this the battle of animation that we're gonna see this year. And Toy Story 5 low key might be a smacker. Low key, they ain't missed with Toy Story. Look, I know we didn't want Toy Story 4, but Toy Story 4 was not a miss. Toy Story 4 was actually fire. You know what I'm saying? So like, there's a chance. There's some good stuff here.
Yeah, and I'm sure there'll be some surprise ones too that show up as far as animated movies that people might not be aware of now, or general surprises. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Did you guys end up watching Flow? Like 2 years ago?
I love Flow.
Flow was so good. Because we're on animation, I think this is the one that like I have revisited the most in the last 5 years. Obviously, I have 2 cats. And they love like cat TV. And so all the noises of like the birds, the cats, like I'm raising some iPad babies over here. But yeah, I'll just like toss Flow on and they love it. And it's just so absolutely stunning. The story's great. I like sob every single time. You know what? This is so off topic. I meant to say this last week. I watched the Sally Field and Lewis Pullman movie that I think it dropped on Netflix. It's called Remarkably Bright Creature.
I saw a trailer for that. Yeah.
I have never cried harder during a movie at least in the last like, I don't even know, 7 years, 8 years, 10 years, maybe. I can't even remember the last time. I was like sobbing out loud, like ugly crying. I think the last one was probably A Star Is Born was the last one I ugly sobbed. Lady Gaga, obviously. This one, worse sobbing, ugly sobbing, couldn't stop. And then I was making myself laugh because I couldn't stop crying. But that was a good ass movie, guys.
Really? Damn,
Yeah,
that's
that
crazy.
was
That's
low-key.
a ringing endorsement.
Yeah, no, truly. And I watched it at like, I've been doing the Bong Joon-ho thing where he's like, I love getting up super early in the morning and watching a movie. So I'm doing that like 3 times a week, I would say at least. And that was one of my early morning ones. I had no reason to start the day on a note like that. Like it's sweet and it's beautiful and it's wholesome, but I was like, whatever. I can't even get into it. You guys have to watch it. Everybody has to watch it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know the last time. Yeah, I cry a lot. I'm an emotional
too.
I'm an
Yeah.
emotional homie. Some movies make me cry. But that's crazy.
I
Yeah.
might have cried during Michael.
Oh no way. Okay.
You know,
Might have? Or
Yeah,
are
you
you
know.
getting something?
Oh shit, maybe a couple
when he
times.
was
You know,
during Thriller, bro.
you know, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, like I was in the audience. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
nah, that was
I think. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
no, I wasn't saying nothing.
I was gonna say I think for me it might have been Guardians 3.
Guardians 3
The
got
last
me.
time you cried?
Yeah, like really hard, like in a
Oh.
theater. In a theater. I don't know about at home, but in a theater that was the last time I really got down.
I
I
stayed
was anything with animals kills me, destroys me.
watch Remarkably Bright Creatures.
Yeah?
You'll
Okay.
love it. You'll love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I gotta peep that one. Last but not least, I mean, do y'all even want to talk about the Lanterns one?
Oh yeah, there was a Lanterns trailer. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I
not
saw it
fun.
already.
Y'all saw it? Okay.
I have not seen it, but I do care about Kyle Chandler and Aaron Pierre
Mhm.
as people, as humans. I don't know if I care about them in the show.
Valid.
It's interesting to see what this show is going to be. Obviously, RB3, you and I have been excited for this, right? Because you've been talking about wanting to talk about this a little more when the show comes out. As a massive fan of Jon Stewart, Jon Stewart's been my favorite Green Lantern since obviously the animated show, which I still think that I will die on this hill. Everyone has to see Justice League. I don't care if you're not a fan of animation. I don't care if you're not a fan of DC. It's a must watch, and it's such an easy watch. It's like 2 seasons, and it's like 8 episodes each season. It's 20 minutes each episode. Like it's such a binge. You can binge that so quickly. So for me, I'm excited for Lanterns, but it is a little. There's some question marks there, RB3. I don't know what you think of the trailer.
I actually didn't watch it.
Oh, you didn't watch it? Oh, okay.
No,
Let's
no.
see it, man.
No. It's okay.
Why?
It's fine.
can
No,
watch
it's good.
it.
No. We'll just we'll talk about it. Maybe I don't need to watch it. Maybe this was, you know.
You want me to tell you what happens in it?
Nah, I mean,
we can talk about it.
I mean, do we want to talk about it even?
Yeah,
we can
bro.
just hit the chat. I mean, what do you? I mean, you know, yeah. What are your thoughts? I mean, I'll play some of it.
I'm
just like
excited.
this
I'm
beat,
excited for it because I do feel like it's playing into the idea behind the power of a lantern, which is fearlessness. So the whole trailer is them talking about like, what are you afraid of, or are you afraid? Are you afraid? And it keeps repeating that over and over again.
Oh,
We
looks
finally
like there's
get-
some effects in here. Like,
Yeah, there's actually some Green Lantern shots in this because the first one didn't have any at all. They made it seem like there was no powers in this, but this one has the Green Lantern actually using his powers, which is interesting. But throughout the trailer, you basically see the concept behind a Green Lantern and how you acquire the ring, which is a sense of justice, a sense of goodness, and then a sense of fearlessness. You have to have those kind of combination of those three, and that's how the ring chooses you. And that's why throughout the trailer, yeah, go ahead.
How does that guy get it in Superman? Because he's like low-key douchebag.
Yeah. So Guy Gardner, I think in the comment, he's also like supposed to be like a douchebag. He's the worst Lantern. I hate Guy Gardner.
But then
I've
how
always
did he
hated
get
him.
it? 'Cause it seems like he doesn't have integrity and he's not.
I think inside he might be deep down good.
Does it seem like it? Okay, that's what I was wondering. I was wondering if it's just like, no, he's actually kind of a good dude. I know my dad really
Yeah.
likes all of those characters and he had all the comics, but I was less of a DC girl and I was way more of a Marvel girl. So there's a lot of kind of like lore that I don't fully know.
Heavy. I grew up heavy DC, but that's only because Batman animated series, Superman animated series, which fell into Justice League. And then from there came all the movies. Young Justice was during my time. So I love DC. DC's always been my favorite, and I've read those comics more than anything else. But essentially, you have those combination of those things, and that's how the Ring chooses you. Guy actually shows up in this trailer. Spoiler. So he's in this show. I think he'll just be in like an episode or two, is what they said. But essentially, they both have a military background, which I think is kind of interesting how they're kind of tapping into the military stuff from Jon Stewart and from Hal Jordan, because Hal Jordan is a Air Force pilot and Jon Stewart, I think, is Army or Marine. So they're kind of tapping into that, which to me is like, stroking my beard, being like, what are they going to say about the military in this? But since the Green Lantern Corps is military technically, it is kind of an interesting concept as far as like who's the better soldier, I guess, is what they're trying to get into in this trailer. So it's interesting. I'm curious to see what's going to happen in this show. So
yeah, no, I'm very excited too. You tell me it's True Detective. You tell me, or like inspired by True Detective. You tell me it's Damian Lindelof is the one of the producers on it. I love me some Watchmen. I love me some Lost. I actually never really fully watched Lost all the way through. So,
but Watchmen
is more than enough. And I think there's definitely going to be quality here. I love Aaron Pierre, obviously. So yeah, I think there's definitely enough here to make me be invested. I'm so excited about it. I honestly want to been talking to you like, yo, we gotta do some recap stuff, with Cade, and because we did the Peacemaker recaps last year, and those low key popped off. But low key, it was fun to like recap a show weekly with the gang. You know what I'm saying? So let's definitely keep up with that. I want to watch Lanterns for sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely curious about it for sure.
Joseph Ashley in the chat. Thank you all, everybody who's tapping in too. The chat got way more active later on. Joseph Ashley said they're gonna kill off Guy in this one, or like just one cameo, or is this just gonna be like a one-off cameo? You think, or?
Yeah, I think he's gonna be in an episode or two. I don't think they're gonna kill. They might kill Guy, maybe, but I think they're definitely gonna kill Hal. Oh.
Sorry, my bad. I see the cat.
No, it's okay. I'm like, they've been running around this entire time, and I'm like, where the hell are they?
Oh, no. I thought I saw it pop up in the back. I don't know. I was tripping.
But I think for sure, at least one of the Lanterns is going to die. Obviously, I think it's going to be Hal. I think they're kind of hinting at it, even in the trailer. Every single trailer, they're hinting that he'll die. So, but yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. No, I feel that. I definitely am mad excited for it, so I can't wait. Eric Lean-Man said a way better teaser for Green Lantern.
Yeah, true. This was way better than the first trailer.
Way better. Okay, I like that. Yeah, I just see from the stuff we played, it already has a lot more effects. Marie Jack. Marie Jack said, "Hey, RBT. Oh, do I know you, Marie Jack? I'm not sure if I know you. But salute to you if you're just supporter." Sabrina said, "Haha, Sabrina. I woke up in the morning. I wake up in the morning and watch Avatar: The Way of Water, James Cameron. Wow, 3 hours, dedication. You a real one.
Morning routine.
Yeah, that's a real one right there for show. And then Joseph Ashley said, "I love stop motion. I still watch Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer when it comes." Joseph Ashley, you an old head, bro. I know you're an old head secretly because you be mentioning that 80s stuff. I love it. But in a good way, like the great Unk, the good kind of Unk. Marie Jackson, I never saw Coraline. Needs to check it out. Absolutely. Yeah. Beans Cuz 11 said, I had no idea what comes next in this trailer. Yeah, talking about the Wildwood one. Yeah, very unpredictable. You think it's gonna be a sad, mopey human drama, then you get some fantasy stuff coming in there. And I literally have nothing about the plot, but I'm mad excited. Lastly, people said Joseph Ashley said notifications are bad. Yeah, well, First Cut, our notifications are really bad. A lot of people don't get our notifications. So that's why it's really important, y'all, to hit the like button when you get the chance. And if you really want the all notifications, hit the bell as well. And Joseph Ashley also said y'all gonna do a show talking about the 3 Drake albums. No, we're not.
And
we're not. We're
not good.
They're playing that on the radio like every day, bro.
Nah. They not playing that on my radio. I can tell you that right now. Not my.
What do you mean, bro? Yes, they were.
They're not playing that. They dared to play that in Compton. You know what I'm
Bro,
saying?
they played it 92.3, what is it, 105.9. They played it on all the hip hop LA radios, bro.
See, you was in you was in LA, so you knew.
They played that every day, bro. I was like, they're playing it like every hour. Because the song is called like played on the radio or something. I don't know.
Whatever.
I'm good, man. I'm gonna skip that. There's way too many albums, way too many songs there for me to get into it.
Yeah,
So.
whack stuff. But speaking of Undressed in LA, we just saw Mandalorian and Grogu. Our review is on the Sabak Tabak YouTube channel, so check out the Sabak Tabak YouTube channel. Non-spoiler review is up, and our spoiler review will be up on Thursday.
Yeah, make sure you guys tune into Sabak the Block because we do have our spoiler review. You guys need to be tuned into that because we have a lot to say in that. So again, Sabak the Block, subscribe. I think we're 2 subscribers away from 50. So right now, if somebody's watching and they want to subscribe and make us hit 50, if you do, we'll give you a shout out.
yes. It'll give you a little notification if you're the 50th subscriber. If you do,
there you go.
Hit us
Do it
up
now.
because we need that. And 50 is big because that allows us to start live streaming on Sabak the Block. So then, we can start live streaming Sabak directly through the channel.
There you go.
Yeah.
Also unrelated, but one more thing I wanted to shout out. I did the Backrooms like immersive experience over this past weekend. That was really, really fun. The line was crazy. Oh wait, I'm the 49th subscriber. I don't know how I wasn't subscribed to.
Oh, no way.
I just want to shout that out really quick. So
Hey,
one more person and then you're at 50.
Yeah.
So that one, the line was crazy. I want to say people were waiting for like hours. Actually, when I left, somebody had like fainted and like the fire department was there and everything.
Crazy.
People were waiting for the longest time. This was about 7 to 10 minutes. It was really, really cool. But if I didn't have like a press pass, there's no way I would have waited for that. Like it's not that worth it, but really cool to be like kind of like immersed into it. I was scared at first. Once I did a full lap around, I felt better. But at first, oh my God, my stomach was hurting. I'm like standing there. I'm like, oh my God, I kept feeling my stomach drop. You're like in this completely dark room for like a few minutes and you have to like look around and try to find the clues on how to kind of like get onto the next level. Then you do that. And then it's just kind of like this endless maze and it's super disorienting. But they did a really, really incredible job with that. So I'm excited for that film too.
Yeah, I saw the trailer literally for the first time 2 days ago. I don't know why I never saw that trailer, but oh my God, that does look scary.
It was scary.
I don't know why it's so jarring just to be like in a weird ass office room and you're just like, all right, is this supposed to be scary? And then after a while, you're like, what the hell? Are we in hell?
That's how I feel about that Burbank AMC, the one that you have to like, you know which one I'm talking about?
The one inside the mall.
Yeah, the one inside the mall, the one next to it, both of them. Because like I'll go see like a late movie on like a Thursday, the one inside the mall, and you walk out and it's completely empty. So I just don't go to that theater at all anymore. Shout out Century City, shout out The Grove. I'm not going to the Burbank AMC inside the mall. If you see Backrooms there, you have your own immersive experience afterwards.
The problem with that. With those ones is that they literally, I feel like they converted office buildings and like made them into movie theaters. So it literally looks like you're walking through like Severance, like as you're like exiting. And my boy John said he saw Undertone actually at that Burbank theater.
Absolutely not.
And then left late at night, got into his car. It was like feeling like it was haunted in the parking lot. Like it was like, oh nah, I can't see nothing scary at that one for sure.
No, I honestly can't even see. I saw Marcel the Shell there. And I could not, like, I was scared to leave. And I'm like, I don't know. I hate that one. It scares me.
I don't like it either. I really don't like it. Yeah. Real quick, I guess, because since we're giving shout outs now, I finally saw The Pit. Season 1.
It's good.
I've been a hater since they kept winning Emmys over Andor. But I enjoyed it. I really did. Obviously, I'll get into season 2 later on, but season 1 was good. There's some mixtures of doctors there that I like more than others, but yeah.
Yeah, season 1's great. Season 2 I liked a lot. I mean, I just saw people really hating on Noah Wiley last night on Twitter, like going in on my
last night.
Yeah, I mean, people have been really hating on Noah Wiley a lot. And I get it. His character in season 2 is very unlikable. So it kind of makes it a little bit extra like you know.
I haven't seen season 2 yet. Yeah, so I don't know. But the character to me that I think is completely unlikable, and apparently has a fan base. I don't know. I'm not on Pit Twitter. Is Langdon? I thought
Langdon?
Homie was a fool, bruh. I wanted to punch Homie every time he showed up.
Yeah, but he got a nice jaw and he looks attractive. So like, of course, there's gonna be like.
To me, it's like douchey white dude right off the top, and I'm like, bro, this is nah, bro. The way he talks to Dr. Santos.
Yeah, I get that. Santos was kind of being mean to him too, though. Like she was really
not
like,
really.
picking
She
him.
was just being like, no, I know what I'm doing, and he take that confidence as like a fuck you, and he was like, bro, chill.
All right, you should watch season 2 because I think your perspective is gonna be flipped on that for sure.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, I love the Pit too. Before we get out of here, real quick, Devontae Hurley said something about I don't really understand this comment 100%, but he said with TCM. It must be important because he left it twice. With TCM, I feel like they remade, rehashed, changed timelines, made prequels, etc. It's gotten repetitive the last few years. The 2022 one was ridiculous. Dumb cast, sadly wasted, leather, immortal. No.
Maybe Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, I thought he meant Turner Classic Movies. I was like, wait, what? Like timelines? Like
Yeah.
like,
I feel you out for a second. I was like, something's off.
Yeah, I kept
That's funny as
Googling.
hell.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw the last Texas Chainsaw.
It was not good. I
No? Okay.
mean, it just like was on Netflix, so it was one of those because there was like that one. There was the Hellraiser remake. There was like that one year where there was a bunch of them, and I think what is the one in the cornfield with the creepy guy every like 27 years?
Jeepers Creepers?
Jeepers Creepers.
Oh, right.
That one, they did a remake for that one too. So this was all like in a very close span. And yeah, I feel like nobody watched any of those.
Yeah.
So,
I saw the original Jeepers Creepers when it came out.
oh yeah, I mean the original and the second one. I think the second one was my absolute favorite as a kid.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's like my era. I forget what year, like 95, 93? I don't know. Definitely too young to see that, but I saw it. So, but either way, guys, I think that covers it as far as topics. RB3
That covers it. And thank you to Joseph Ashley and whoever else subscribed. We are now at 51 subscribers on Sabak the Block. 51.
There you go.
We are doing it. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Much appreciated, y'all. Thank you.
Yeah, and while you guys are there, make sure you check out the videos we have. Check out our review right now of Mandalorian Grogu. We have a review up, so make sure you guys watch that.
Come along, children. Now we're going to have a little music.
Cool. For the First Cut crew, Sabrina, where can everyone find you?
You can follow me on Letterboxd at Sabrina Ramirez, Instagram at Sabrina.onfilm, and then Twitter and TikTok at SabrinaOnFilm.
RB3.
You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Director RB3. And B said, long time fan. Thank you. And Cinema Gorilla comment on TikTok as well, saying the Tenet video is iconic. Yes, it is. That's why if you're a member, enjoy that video. We'll be giving away more memberships down the line. And if you are a member, enjoy it for the month. Hopefully you're convinced to stick around for another month after that. But at least enjoy the first month on us. And Devontae and Joseph Ashley, reach out to me because I got to hook y'all up too because y'all real OGs.
Yeah, Devontae also said that Jeepers was 2001. My bad. It felt like the 90s to me, but apparently it's 2001. And then Mira said, good show. So thank you. Appreciate you guys. You can find me everywhere at Squad Leader Race. Make sure you subscribe to First Cut if you haven't done so already. And Sabak the Block. Make sure you guys tune into Sabak the Block and our Mandalorian Grogu review. But either way, guys, for the First Cut crew, we're going to be peacing out. So peace. Deuces.
This ain't funny, so don't you dare laugh. With the 4/5 divide you in half. You getting at me equals a bloodbath. You do the math, take you out the equation. This ain't funny, so don't you dare laugh.
Wait, so you're saying I need to be 25 years old to rent a car? Is somebody here I can talk to?
I'm nowhere near where I wanted to be by this age. Time slipping through my fingers.